What is up, everybody? Dimitris Kiadas here. Welcome to this case study. I'm going to show you on this detailed case study how we scale this brand to 8 figures during coronavirus, and more specifically how we made $10,312,562 in 75 cents, as you can see in the screenshot. And here, of course, I want to give a disclaimer. The results are not typical. I'm no way promising that you'll get the same or better results trying my method. I've been in the industry for more than 10 years now, and I have great experience in this field. And your actions are 100% your responsibility. Try and implement at your own risk. And as you can see here, this is last month. If you're seeing this case study, it's June 18th today, and I'm taking the whole May 2020, $5.6 million. And of course, I'm going to go inside the dashboard, Shopify dashboard, and I will get to show you. And of course, I'm going to go inside the ad account. As you see, we spent $1.2 million and directly we brought in $4.1 million with a ROAS of 3.27. Of course, the rest was other traffic sources as Google AdWords, SMS marketing, email marketing, etc. As you can see here, from April 1st till May 31st, we made $9.3 million in revenue, and March 15th till May 31st, $10.3 million. Before we get started, I want to tell you a few things about who I am and why you should listen to me. My name is Dimitris Kiadas. I'm Greek, born and raised and I live here my whole life. Yes, this is going to be my accent, so please deal with it. I'm international public speaker. I've done more than 20 events, and I always speak about Google Analytics, e-commerce, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm an e-commerce and Google Analytics expert, and of course, I have trained more than 10,000 people to 6, 7, and 8 figures, and I'm the host of the Greek Mastermind. Here, you can see a few pictures of me speaking all over the world: Barcelona, Berlin, San Diego, Egypt, I think the other it is. I have shared the stage with legends like Neil Patel, Charles Snow, Ryan Dice, Ezra Firestone, Robert Kiyosaki, Sarah Blakely, and all these kind of good people. I meet kick-ass entrepreneurs all around the world like Ty Lopez, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Russell Brunson. I get invited to private Shopify masterminds, both years that those happened back in 2017 and 18. And you see here some cool cats like Adrian Morrison, the Tan Brothers, Ezra Firestone. You see all these good people over here. We have done, I'm not alone in this, me and my team, we have done multiple 8 figures with my agency, our agency, which is called Outperform, and I'm proud to say that we are a Facebook marketing partner and a Google Premier partner. I interviewed Grant Cardone, either you like him or not. Last year he was in Greece in Mykonos, and I was the only person who get to interview along with my good friend Spiros Erchos. And I'm the host of the Greek Mastermind. You see all these amazing people. I think one picture is me missing, because I've done 6 events in these wonderful places over here in Greece, Santorini and Zakynthos. And more importantly, because I don't like to talk only about what I do and how awesome I am, but this stuff worked before. And as you can see here, these are all screenshots from 3 years ago and 4 years ago. People who were just starting out. Today is 30 days of my store, and I'm in 5 figures club and 41K with one method of Google Analytics. A little bit older, I think this one is from 2018 or 19, $3 million, and you can see 124,000 in a week and $1.1 million from another store, not the one that I'm showing you, the case study, November 1st till November 13th, 1.9, and this stuff works today. We made $1.5 million in another store inside May, 1.2 in another one for inside April, during April, another one $3 million during April, another one 862,000. Okay, and I gotta tell you that I'm super proud and thrilled to be here. And without further ado, let's get this party started. And if you are a geek like I am, okay, this is from the presentation of Windows 95, and you see people are rocking here. They were so freaking excited. All right, so In this detailed case study, you will discover the 4 steps of the customer journey. Why knowing your numbers is really crucial part of your success. How we scaled to $5.6 million in 30 days during May. Why Facebook ads will never be your biggest issue. And the number 1 process you need to do before you even touch ads. Stay with me because I can guarantee you this one is really worth the long wait. A few details about the store. This Shopify store started selling in August 2016. And we were really proud to take over the advertising on March 2017. The niche is adult drinkware. This is a brand that sells mainly on United States and sells adult drinkware. They started back then, they were doing like 4 or 5K per month, and they started really rocking it. People absolutely love drinking, and here's my point, especially my American friends. So the point is you need to find a product that people use daily, okay, and they can buy more. Some stats. You see here in 2016, we didn't touch the ad, 154,000, and you see a huge spike here in December. Of course, it was Q4 2017. This was around the time, and I will get to show you inside where we took over and we started scaling, and we scaled big to $1.7 million in 2017. 2018, we 10x, $17.5 million with this brand. 2019, 17.4, and you will ask, oh, how come you didn't scale even further? Because we made $10 million. We made our client made $10 million in Amazon sales. And you see here, 2020 till June 15th that I took the screenshot, $14.9 million. And literally the previous day, June 16th, it was $476,000 in a day. And you might be asking, okay, man, revenue doesn't say the whole, doesn't show the whole picture. And I'm with you. And I'm sick and tired. And if you know me well enough, I'm not that kind of person who really likes screenshots because they don't tell the whole story. So I will stay tuned with me because I will get to reveal what is the net profit on this one. And now I will go inside the dashboard so you can see that this is a real account. And let me, for example, take May over here. I will get to apply so you can see the whole month. It will be $5.6 million. It's taking some time. So $5.6 million in May. You see that from in April we made, I don't remember the exact numbers, let's see, $3.6 million. Of course, if I show you the whole June over here till June 17th, which is yesterday, and for the half June we made $3.9 million, and you see the really big day, 476,000 we had here on June 16th. Because, you know, with all the people that are coming out into the game, a lot of screenshots, a lot of people who are fake, what I will show you right here, I can guarantee you that these are all real. And let me go ahead and show you the whole 2019. So you can see this is a real store that we manage with my agency. So you can see it's a real store. Come on. Okay, it takes some time because we need to show the whole year, and the whole year of 2019 was $17.5 million, 70.3. Let's see. As you can see, I'm not editing something, $17.4 million. So, without further ado, let me close this one and let me go back to the case study. Let me go back to my slides and my presentation. All right, so the biggest problem you are going to have when you're doing these really big numbers is not going to be Facebook ads. The biggest problem you are going to have is going to be fulfillment. And some people ask me, like, can I do these numbers with dropshipping? The answer is yes and no. Because yes, you can get started. You need to make sure that you have a really, really good supplier, that you can have like really, really good communication, that he's trustworthy, he's not lying. Honestly, at some point, we all start from dropshipping, but honestly, at some point, you need to be able to take care of the fulfillment yourself. So, as you saw in the beginning, last month we made $5.6 million, and you can see here that we spent $1.2 million with a ROAS of 3.27, and overall we made 10.3 March 15 till May 31st in 75 days. And the ad spend here, because you were about to ask, but I will go inside the ad account so you can see. $2.1 million in ad spend brought in $8 million. As I told you, we run some other type of traffic sources like Google AdWords, like YouTube ads, and you see the ROAS is 3.69. So let's get started. There are 5 crucial steps to success. And this we're talking about step number 1. Your product and your creative equals 90% of the success. And I gotta tell you right now, I don't care how good you are with Facebook ads. If you try to sell something that nobody wants, you can never win. And this is why you see people with little to no experience with Facebook ads to scale big, but they don't know how to maintain that. The product, of course, I'm not saying that Facebook ads is not crucial. Of course it is crucial. It's really, really crucial. But I gotta tell you that your product with the creative equals 90% of your success. And I'll get to show you a few tips on how you can do your product research. Start thinking, what do people buy? Go around, go ahead, and when you're walking down the streets, look around you, okay? What people are wearing, what people are using. Go to the stores. The best products that I have personally found and tested then with dropshipping, I have found them when I was walking around and going inside small stores, and it gave me like really, really good ideas. So get inspiration from what people are using daily. Don't look up, maybe a really, really nice, cool gadget that nobody knows. Maybe it could be a potential winner, but I can tell you right now that everything that you see and goes really, really well is something that people actually get to buy. Is it something they want or is it something they need? Usually people buy what they want, okay? They won't get to spend, they don't want to spend money on something they need. Of course, we all do spend money on something we need, but we want what we want. All right, and I gotta tell you right now that you don't need to go crazy, and you don't need all the spy tools, and you don't need to go on AliExpress only and blah, blah, blah. Amazon is your best friend. Read the reviews and see the good and the bad. So go to Amazon.com, and I took an example of this inflatable lounger, air sofa, hammock, portable, waterproof, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what do I care the most about here? I care about the ratings. So I see a product which is Amazon choice, of course, 4.5 stars, and I see more than 2,000 ratings. What I will get to do is I will get to click there, and I will get to start reading the reviews. What do people say? Read reviews that mention easy to inflate, living room, super comfy, super easy, lightweight. All these things are things that you need to write in your ad copy and into your landing page. Okay, if you're reading something that is lightweight, probably something because it's interesting to people for this lounger air sofa to be lightweight, or easy to easy to inflate or super comfortable. Super, super important, and this is how I always get to understand what do people want. This is the most important thing. And as you scroll down on Amazon, you will see that it has all the related products to this product. So you can literally spend 8 hours per day onto Amazon and get down to try to test 2-3 good products. And let me go on to the creatives. Creatives, don't go crazy. You don't need any spy tools. If they are useful, they are helpful, but literally what I do is I go to the Facebook ad library and I will put in, for example, Allbirds, and I can see all the ads that they're currently running, when did they launch, what are the ads that they have the biggest impressions, and honestly, I want to get inspiration about what other people are using when it comes to creatives. When you go ahead and you dig down and you see that an ad is running for 12 months, you have really good chances that this creative is working. And be really careful here. I want you to start not copying blatantly what you see. I want you to get inspiration from all the advertising that you see, and you get started and you create your own your own creative. Or even better, you can hire someone who is better than you and I, and you can do it. Note here, we have hired people, and yes, we have really professional shooting, video editing, but we noticed all the videos that they do really well are the videos that we shot with iPhone, and then we do edit, not we personally, the team does the creatives editing with Filmora or with Premiere. All right, let me move on to step number 2. The number one thing you need to do before you even touch the ads. And this is really crucial. On step number 3, I'm going to talk about Facebook ads, so stay tuned. Who is your ideal customer? This is something that very few people, entrepreneurs and agencies are doing. We have a special sheet that we use and we answer all these questions, but here is the basic idea that you need to know. You need to step in your customer's shoes. You need to understand who are they, what are they buying. You need to create their avatar profile. And except from the demographics, okay, what age are they male or female? Are they married? Do they have kids? Do they live in Greece or in California? You also need to know their psychographics. What books do they read? Which influencers do they follow? What brands they buy? All this kind of stuff that will help you create your avatar profile. And you will know, of course, that will be an imaginary avatar profile, but if you give your avatar profile an actual name and age, and if they have kids and where do they live and what books they follow, you will better understand what do they want. And I want here to give you an example about me. So I'm Dimitris, 37, I live in Athens, Greece. I am married, I have one child, one daughter. I like to read marketing and mindset books. I follow entrepreneurs like Gary Vee, Ryan Dice, Neil Patel, Tony Robbins. I drive an Audi. I wear stuffed jeans. I drink Mythos beer. Yeah, of course, we are in Greece. Okay, and I travel to USA 3 times per year. This is just an idea. You will need to go ahead, really drill down and understand who is your ideal customer. As I told you, you need to understand which brands I'm buying, which books I'm buying, where do I live, where do I travel, where I go for vacation, if I live in a nice area, if I live in a rural area, etc., etc. So the better you take the time to understand who is your ideal customer, you will be successful. Note here, if you do that with dropshipping and you test like 10 different products, you won't be able to do that. Okay, this is a recipe for disaster. But if you focus, even if you are doing dropshipping, if you focus on around a niche, let's say a yoga niche, and you're selling yoga mats and yoga pants and yoga bricks and whatever else they are using, you will have way more chances on being successful. Let's talk about step number 3. And let's talk about the 4 steps of the customer journey. This is really important. If you get to understand this one, you will be super successful and you will better understand how to craft better ads. So let's take it step by step. You see, we are talking about awareness, we're talking about consideration, intent, and loyalty. Let's get started with top of the funnel. We are talking about cold traffic and we are talking about awareness, consideration, intent. So before I forget, super important, different creative, different ad copy for every step of the funnel, and I will get to show you a few examples. All right, so let's talk now about awareness. Okay, on awareness, on cold traffic, on top of the funnel, you need to answer this question: what is your value proposition? Why the potential customer is thinking, why should I buy from you? Why should I trust you? Why are you different from the others? Why are you unique if you are selling a really unique product? So for example, the USP of Domino's Pizza is 30 minutes or it's free. This USP made Domino's Pizza hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe billions of dollars. I don't know the numbers. Death Wish Coffee. They don't tell you that we are the best coffee in the world or we have these grains or whatever. Buy the world's strongest coffee. This is their USP. They're telling you that we are the world's strongest coffee. I don't know if you know Snow by Josh Elizexi, all-in-one snow teeth whitening kit. What is the USP here? Whiter teeth in as little as 9 minutes per day. Get out more effective system invented in California. Every order helps provide dental care to a child in need. But the most important USP right here, whiter teeth in as little as 9 minutes per day. We don't have the time. And I believe this is amazing. Let's move into consideration. Middle of the funnel are the people who may have seen an ad, maybe they have liked your Facebook post or Instagram ad or something like that. And here you need to create a little bit different creatives. You need to start thinking about what is the emotional benefit, what is the functional benefit. And let me give you an example. So let's say that you want to buy this LED lamp over here. What's the emotional benefit on this one? The emotional benefit is that it changes colors, so I can feel, me the buyer, more cozy, more energetic, more relaxed, depending on my mood. All right. What's the functional benefit? It's a LED lamp, so it's more economic compared to others. It can bright the whole room or whatever people are thinking, because you need to be able to answer to both their logic and their emotion. And you need to create more engaging content, people who are going to like your content. And we're not talking about other parts of the funnel. We're talking about middle of the funnel. We're talking about consideration. So you need to create more engaging content. And this is, I wouldn't say difficult, but it would be more demanding to actually start thinking what type of creatives you can use in order to create different angles and to order to get the engagement back up. Let's talk about intent. We are in the bottom of the funnel are the people who added to cart, they started initiating the checkout process, maybe they subscribe to our email database, etc., or they took a coupon code that they tried to use or something like that. So these people, I'm going to use creatives where it has to do with customers' testimonials. People want to feel that they're not alone out there. Unboxing videos has been working tremendously well, especially when it's from UGC, user-generated content. This worked extremely well. If you have buyers and you can send them, give them an incentive, give them a coupon, give them free shipping or whatever that is to create an unboxing video, man, like these are going to rock for you. Influencer content, if you go ahead and use influencers, make sure that you get a deal where you can license that content for ads. This is game changer, because if we look at this like that, if you get, let's say, I don't know, Kim Kardashian or someone smaller to use one influencer campaign, and you are not going to see a positive ROAS and a positive ROI directly. But if you are able to use that influencer content as license to be using it again and again and again as ads, you will literally crush it. And press releases, if you have something like that, this is something that it increases the trustworthiness and authority, but I would personally focus more on the first three. And my kind of favorite customers, remember, majority of the money usually it's being made on the backend, or it should be made on the backend. We're talking about loyalty, we're talking about lifetime customer value. And one thing that I have been doing for years, literally for years, are thank you ads or message from the owner. We use ads that they don't have any call to action, they don't advertise a product. It's literally, I can be the owner and say, hey, my name is Dimitris Kiadas, thank you so much for being part of the family, thank you for buying XXX, I'm looking forward to see you inside using our product, etc., etc. This has always been creating a super positive ROI for us. It's not going to be the craziest ROI, but always going to be positive. Your copy needs to scream family. Your copy needs to scream family. People who know you, they need to consider that they're part of something bigger, okay? They are loyal to a brand. Remember, loyal to a brand means that I feel I'm part of something bigger. I'm buying again and again because I love your brand and I'll tell my friends about it. Exclusive offers, yes, this is something that has been working amazingly well for us. People need to feel that this is an exclusive offer, and if you can put a specific limitation when it comes to time, guys, for 24 hours only, an exclusive offer for you, usually you will see a really big spike on sales from these kind of people who are already your customers. And Clavayo is the best email marketing platform. You can do different sequences, like people who haven't bought something from me in the past 60 days. So I can send them an offer, I can send them a coupon. And if you play around with Clavayo, there have so many different segments that you use. And so I meant to write segmenting, not sequencing. But anyway, so Clavayo is an amazing tool for using this kind of people. So I know that you have been waiting about it, so let's talk about Facebook advertising. Actually, before I talk about Facebook advertising, I want to go inside the ad manager, the campaign, and of course, I won't be able to show you, but I want to show you this. Okay, so you see that if I take the whole May, as I told you, let me update. Okay, you can see that I will get to show you, but you see that we have all the campaigns from what you can see, awareness campaigns, we have intent campaigns, consideration, etc, etc. So if I click on here, you see that our ROAS is 3.44. We spend $1.2 million, and you see there are some kind of ads that they're literally rocking. We have one specific campaign that it has brought us 45,000 purchases, and then you see here in total the purchases. As you start to scale, your ROAS will drop. When we're doing smaller numbers, okay, we even had 5 or 6 ROAS, but this is normal. And as I will get to show you what it really means, stay tuned, because this I can guarantee you that it will blow your mind. So overall, if I want to show you the ad spend from when we started, March 15th till 31st of May, when we made the $10.3 million, we spent over here $2.1 million, and you see our ROAS is 3.78. When you start scaling, and if I go here in June, let me move a little bit in June. So till yesterday, Wednesday, I will update. You will see a little bit of a drop. Okay, this is normal because when you start scaling, your ROAS will drop. But I will get to show you a sneak peek of what we're doing here with the ROAS matrix, that it will blow your mind. So you will know exactly how to spend, where to spend money. All right, so let me go back to my presentation and let's talk a little bit about Facebook ads. And I'm gonna tell you right now, till it takes some time to load, that prospecting, like cold traffic, is the number one traffic. Let's say cold traffic is the most difficult to nail down. Okay, and this is why I decided to focus, yes, on scaling, but I decided to focus on cold traffic. And I know that most of you might have the question of how you start scaling, how you test the product, etc, etc. So I decided to take things slowly and show you. So prospecting, as I already told you, is the part of the funnel where most advertisers are struggling. And today I'm going to share with you 4 lookalike strategies and 2 broad targeting ones. So it's really important here. You need to simplify and consolidate your ad structure, because this one will lead to be more efficient. You need to keep your account's ad spend learning phase below than 20% and ideally below than 10%. Why is that? When you simplify your structure, you consolidate the signals, you feed the algorithm with more data, And in turn, you enable the machine learning to do the actual heavy lifting for you. What I'm telling you here, guys, this was game changer for us. All right, so remember that we already discussed about the 4 steps of the customer journey: awareness, consideration, intent, and loyalty. And this is the exact same way that we build our campaigns. And today I want to focus on to the awareness. I want to focus on the cold traffic, and we focus on 3 core categories. Okay, we focus on lookalikes, we focus on broad demographic targeting, and we focus on interest targeting. So most of the times we prefer to segment those in their own dedicated campaigns, but sometimes we like to test things and we mix and match. All right, more than 95% of our top of funnel campaigns of our cold traffic are with CBO, campaign budget optimization, and this is the structure that we have. Each CBO has 5 ad sets, and depending on the creatives, we have 3 to 5 ads. We are only using ad set budget optimization campaigns, ABO, to micro test new audiences, and if we find like new winners, we then move them over to CBO campaigns. And let me start with lookalike audiences, and we are still talking about top of the funnel. And if you've been into the Facebook ads game, you already know that the options here are endless. You can broaden, you can narrow down your custom audiences, your lookalikes, depending on the volume and quality of your data. You can go with 30 days, 90 days, 180. You can overlay recency and frequency. And I will get to talk about strategy 3 or 4. If I remember some high value lookalike audiences with frequency, I'll get to show you. So most of our ad accounts, they have decent amounts of high quality data. So in most cases, we don't go really that back. We go with a 30-day look back window. And very often we stack similar lookalike audiences together, and this has been a game changer. We call them super lookalikes. So let's start with strategy number 1. And we are talking about website action lookalike audiences. You know that they're based on custom audiences of actions that they have been performed on your website. Nothing new if you are long enough in the game. So we're talking about page views, view content, initiate checkout, purchase, etc. So for stores that they have multiple product categories, when we are choosing view content or add to cart and add to cart, we also overlay the content name parameter, so we can create specific collections and products custom audiences. And let me give you an example. So if I go to one of my favorite stores, this is not the store by the way, Gear Bands. If I go here into the pixel helper, and if I go here to the view content, I can come here to the content name, and so this one is EDM Rainbow Rave Skull Leggings. So why do we do that? Because if we have like different kind of audiences and product categories, some people don't mess well with each other. So this is why we use this one specifically. Okay, let me go ahead back to my presentation. And you see, we have so many slides that it takes forever to load. I think it's like 290 slides. We have a lot more value to bring to you guys. So in this example, we would have one CBO campaign with 5 ad sets. We have 5 ads each to this specifically. Okay, and ad set number 1. We have 1% lookalike audiences of page view, 30 days. 1 lookalike audience of view content, 30 days, and based on content name, as I showed you, if needed. 1 LLA add to cart for 30 days, same thing based on content name. 1 lookalike of product catalog for 30 days, and 1% lookalike pixel using purchase 30 days. And really important, this is value based, not the regular purchase event. Ad set number 2, I think you get the drill here. 1 to 2% LLA page view, 30 days. 1 to 2% LLA view content. Add to cart, same thing. So this is the exact same thing, but we go with 1 to 2%. And you literally can go up to 5%. You get the idea. So you can also go with 2%, 2 to 4, 4 to 6%. Literally, this was strategy number one. Strategy number two, we used engagement lookalike audiences. And engagement lookalikes, they pull data from customer audiences of in-app user behavior. So, for example, we have all the people who engaged with Facebook ads, some people who viewed our videos, people who engaged, liked or commented on our ads on Instagram. They opened an instant experience, etc., etc. So, on this one, you can segment your custom audiences even further, depending on the quality of your custom audiences, okay, and what you want to achieve. So some examples here are video view consumption time, Instagram profile visit. So people who on somehow engage with us with any of our videos, any of our posts, they visited our profile, etc., etc. So an engagement LLA campaign would look something like that. Again, CBO campaign, 5 ad sets, 5 ads each. Ad set number one, 1% lookalike video views at 95%. You can use like 75% or 50 if you want. 1 LLA Instagram profile visit, again 30 days. 1% LLA engage with any post and ad on Facebook. Same thing. Another in the ad set, engage with any post on ad on Instagram, and opened a lookalike, 1% lookalike, opened an instant experience ad. Ad set number two, you get the idea, 1 to 2%, exact same thing. Again, you can go up to 5 or 10%. It really depends on the size of the market that you want to go after. For US audiences, 1 to 5% would probably make more sense if you want to get a little bit more broader. Strategy number 3, we are talking about high value lookalike audiences. I love this one. So for stores that they have decent traffic volume, you won't be able to do that in the beginning. But for stores that they have decent traffic volume, high value lookalikes have been one of our top performing lookalike categories. And they're fairly similar to the website action lookalikes. The difference here is that we use sub-segments of our audiences that they have the highest intent, and then we build all the LLAs based on them. And we do that by overlaying recency and aggregated value, frequency. And I think you might be a little bit confused, so let me give you an idea. So again, 1 CBO campaign, 5 ad sets, 5 ads. Ad set number 1, 1% lookalike audience with view content with frequency more than 4 in the last 30 days. So it really depends on your product mix, width and length. And what do I mean is that if you are advertising like couches, probably you won't have people who will buy from you again or something like that. So it really depends on your product's mix, width and length. It depends on the product and how frequently someone can buy so they can see that ad again. Ad set number 2, 1% lookalike audience with add to cart with frequency more than 2. So they have seen our ads again. Ad set number 3, 1% lookalike purchase with frequency more than 2 in the last 120 days. So I want to go a little bit broader, a little bit back. Ad set number 4, lookalike purchase with purchase value more than 100, because we want all the people similar to people, lookalike audience with people who spend money and spend more than $100. And you can use your average order value and lifetime customer value. And here you see we go a little bit broader, 120 days, and 1% lookalike visitors by time spent, 10% in the last 30 days. This one, when you start getting a lot of traffic and a lot of data, these ones are going to work extremely well for you. Strategy number 4, dynamic data integration, LLAs, and this is my personal favorite, because we dynamically integrate data using our email marketing platform. Here we use Klaviyo, as I told you, and with Klaviyo it's super easy because we want to create specific segments based on the user action. Let me give you an idea. Again, same thing, CBO, 5 ad sets, 5 ads. Ad set number 1, 1% lookalike audience of the last 90 days who were engaged. They opened an email or they viewed the product or checkout started. 1% in ad set number 2, 1% lookalike exit intent pop-up leads. We had all the people who tried to exit, but here, come on, come back. We want you, we need you, we want your money. Ad set number 3, 1% lookalike placed an order at least once. So we want all the people who bought at least once from us, and this has been working extremely well. Ad set number 4, 1% lookalike lifetime customer value, more than this much dollars. And ad set number 5, 1% lookalike predictive analytics. And that leads us to strategy number 5. Here we're talking about broad demographic targeting. And broad targeting, no targeting, is often what works the best for mature accounts. Okay, if you started right now, yes, you might have good results. In my experience, the results get better the more data you have, the more mature your account is. And there are a few ways you can go with this. You can either separate the demographic groups to ad sets, 5 in total. As I told you, try to consolidate and keep simple the ad account structure, or target 1865 and use only one ad set. And I will get to explain why in a bit. Example, CBO campaign, 5 ad sets, you know the drill. So ad set number 1, 1824, ad set number 2, 2534, 3544, etc., etc. Remember, a 25-year-old will convert for different reasons than a 60-year-old. And ideally, you have to use tailored ad copies and visuals for each ad set and address their pain points differently with unique angles. Really, really important. Okay. Strategy number 6, again, broad demographic targeting. I told you that we have only one ad set, 18 to 65. What did we do? We used to duplicate the ad set 5 times, but in an effort to consolidate all the signals and to be for the ad account to work really as efficient as possible, we now only use one. So the results have gotten significantly better since we started doing that. And the strategy has been working really, really well for us in broad targeting, and is optimizing for value and choosing the 1-day conversion window. When you optimize for value, you are going to have a CPM that is higher, more expensive, but always the ROAS is going to be much higher. And I hope that you really, really enjoyed so far all the strategies. And if you can combine that with all the information I gave you about creatives and looking what other people are doing and the ad copy, you will be super, super successful. So step number 4, you will find this one really, fantastic. I love this one personally. So step number 4, you need to know your numbers. Let me repeat that. If you know me really well, you know that I'm a Google Analytics guy, and you need to know your numbers. As I told you, for every step of the funnel, you need to be able to know what are your numbers, where people are dropping, what can you do in order to improve your funnel. And here, you can go ahead and start thinking, what's my target ROAS? People see 2 ROAS and say, oh man, it's not making any money. How do you know? Do you know the exact numbers? I will get to show you the ROAS matrix that I've been promising since the beginning, and you will be amazed about what you can do. So also, you need to be able to know your numbers really, really well. What's your cost of goods? What's your target ROAS? What's your break-even ROAS? How much money can you afford to spend to acquire a customer and all that kind of good stuff? All these questions. And of course, you need to go inside your Google Analytics and you need to see what you can do in order to improve your numbers. What you can do in order to improve your average order value, your conversion rate, see where people are dropping off. And I'm going to do another video. I decided to do another video on Google Analytics because I can talk like for hours about that. And I decided to make it this as consolidated as I can, because I don't want this case study to be like 5-6 hours. All right. And of course, you can go into Google Analytics. You can go into Facebook Analytics and fix a funnel and analyze where your people are dropping off when it comes to Facebook. But this is my personal favorite, and I'm talking about the Matrix ROAS. And whoa, don't go crazy. I will get to explain exactly what this is, and I think you could be as amazed as I am personally. So, this is the ROAS matrix, a sample, a revenue ROAS matrix, where it gets to tell us exactly how much money can we afford to spend depending on the gross revenue that we have, and here a blended ROAS. We see so many people saying that, oh man, I'm killing it, and I made 150,000 with a 2.6 ROAS, and I'm making it's amazing. And when it comes time to see the profit and loss statement, the P&L, people are like, where is my money? Where is the money? I thought that we made money. So we fixed this one where we started adding here the cost of goods, all the last month's orders, all the fees, fixed cost data. Like you have rent, insurance, you have the employees, all that kind of stuff, and we have other variable costs. And this is a work that it takes time to be to appear as you see it right here, but I can tell you, you will be able to know exactly how much money you are making. So for example, to give you an idea, let's say that you made $1 million in blended ROAS and your gross revenue, and your ROAS was 3. Okay, so that means that my net profit on this one is $62,000. And people will say, come on dude, like $1 million in revenue with 3 ROAS and you only made 62,000. This is pure profit, what gets into my pocket, and there I can realize that if I want to spend more and start spending more from 62,000 here, and I want to start scaling, and let's say that I want to bring that to ROAS of to gross revenue of 2, and then I know that my ROAS will drop, let's say, to 2.6 for $2 million, let's see. I know that I will be making 196,000 because, in pure profit, we are talking about pure profit here. So it's really, really important to understand where are your numbers and how you can scale. Because if I take this number and I know that, for example, my ROAS dropped even further to 2.5, I know that the money I made for $2 million is 163,000. Or if I dropped a little bit further, 122,000. So as you scale, always the ROAS will drop. But the more you scale, and even if the ROAS drop, do you see like the diagram, it becomes more profitable here as you make money. Do you see it right here? You start making more money. So for $4 million, you made $81,000 if your ROAS is at 2. Even at 2x ROAS, we can still make money and be really, really profitable. This Excel here is something that it takes a lot of time to build. Even if I shared that with you, you wouldn't be able to do it right from the beginning because we have some supermetric queries that we get. We have all our cost of goods. We have our fixed cost data, other variable costs. But here, this is our let's say the book that we pray on, and we know how to scale. I hope you find this one really, really amazing as I did. And let me go back to my slides over here. Literally, this matrix ROAS is something that we build from zero for our agency, for Outperform, and this is how we know if we are scaling, when we are scaling, that we are more profitable. It all comes down to the net profit. I don't really care about revenue. This is why I told you, okay, we made 5.6 million. What is the exact number of that? Okay, obviously, this is a sample. I don't want to reveal because I have to protect my customer, my client, but here is you get an idea. And we finally get to step number 5 when it comes to scaling. And I know that you are going to love this one. And for me, scaling means we keep it simple. And let's talk a little bit about Facebook advertising. I want you to start thinking, when you are just starting out, I want you, first of all, you need to have a proven product and you need to have a few sales. Okay. What is your CPA? Let's say that your CPA is $10. All right. You need 50 conversions per week on ad set level. Do you understand now why I told you you need to simplify and you need to consolidate your ad account structure? Okay. Because you need 50 conversions per week, that means that your cost per week is $500. So let's say on average is 71.42. So let's say $72 per day. All right. You need to give time to the campaign to gather data. Let me say that again. Give time to the campaign to gather data. 2-3 days, sometimes 4 or 5 days. Don't expect you can't be you can't consider yourself an entrepreneur if you don't get to spend money to understand how you can move forward if you don't buy data. I see it again. Oh, I spent $20, it didn't make any sales. I closed that down. Do you know how many times we are on the negative, and then after 4 or 5 days it starts being not so volatile and starts bringing in the money? Every single time you need to give the algorithm the data, you need to give the algorithm the time to enable the machine learning for you. So vertical scaling, and of course I'm talking about budget. This is what we do. Increase the ad spend 15 to 20% every 2 or 3 days. Okay, and I will get to show you how we do that with the inspect into the ad set level. That's really brilliant. So again, remember, consolidate your ad account and structure. It will become more efficient. You need to buy data and you need to find the winning combinations. Super important. Again, the first 2-3 days, the account shows a lot of volatility, a lot of ups and downs. Don't freak out. It's normal. It's normal to lose money or break even in the beginning when you want to scale and you want to start making more money. Okay, and this is what you want to do. You need to go into the ad set level. Below your ad set level, you will see something that's called inspect. And this is literally with the ROAS matrix what we use in order to scale. So for example, I have here my cost per purchases, amount spent, reads, first time impression, and auction overlay. So here you will get to see that what happens to my CPA, what happens to my cost per purchase when I increase the budget. So for example, here you see it was like May 10th, we increased the budget. So you see this one is this one right here. We increase the budget right here and we increase more as we go. What happens with my CPA? When I increase the budget, you see a lot of volatility in the first 3 days, but then you see that my CPA increases. This is where you need to use the ROAS matrix to understand how good do you know your numbers. Do you still make money? As you're scaling, do you even make more money or you are losing money? Every change that you make, every change has an effect. The other thing, first time impression, it always starts from 100%. If it goes down to really low, it means that you have ad fatigue and people are seeing it, your frequency goes up and people are seeing it again and again. So you need that starts to affect the cost of your CPA as well. Same thing with auction overlay. The higher your auction overlay is, you cannot keep competing against yourself. This is why you don't need to duplicate your ad sets. You need to be able to see what other people are doing, and this is literally how we start scaling. So what my CPA did when I increased the budget, always keep thinking the same thing. Again, what my CPA did compared to the competition, as you know, during the coronavirus here, we didn't have auction competition was really low, and you see it. And as you see, my cost per purchase started increasing, and this is the average here, but it started increasing again as more people enter the game. You see here, June 8th, a lot more advertisers. So always you need to keep thinking what your CPA does. This is where you make your money. Again, what my CPA does compared to how frequently my ad shows, how my audience is saturated. And you see here, the more frequency I go up, the more the frequency goes up, the more the CPA goes. Always, the answer is new creative. So if I increase the budget, what do I ideally want? I want my CPA to go down. Okay, If my first time impression rate goes down, it means that literally that my CPA goes up. So I need new creatives. If my auction overlap goes down, my CPA will go down. Okay, because you don't need to have a lot of the same creatives, because all these are tied to each other. When my frequency goes up, again, my CPA will go up. The solution 90% of the times, ad fatigue, new creatives. All right, always remember, as you scale, your ROAS will drop. Don't freak out. It's normal. This is why you have the ROAS matrix, or this is why you want to message me to see how we can help you scale with the ROAS matrix. Again, as you saw, Facebook ads is around 80% of the game. We also had Google ads, we had YouTube ads, SMS marketing, email marketing. Make sure your fulfillment is in place. This is really, really important, because as I told you, if you want to scale, you want to make sure that your customers are happy. All right, so I hope that you really, really enjoyed this case study. If you came through here and you watched the whole thing, I want to thank you and congratulate you for being right here. So now what? You know that we already have an agency and we bring some amazing results for our customers, and we want to help you scale to multiple 7 and 8 figures. This client literally started from 4K per month 3 years ago. Okay, so if you are a good fit, if you are already advertising and you're looking to scale, if you're just starting out, you don't have a store, you don't have a product, and you've made like a few sales, we are not a good fit. If you spend profitably minimum $10,000 and you can bring the money and you cannot scale even further, let's chat. Ideally, you have your own fulfillment, or at least if you are doing dropshipping, you are looking to move away from dropshipping, and you literally understand that this is a considerable investment. You can go right now and you can find someone who charges way less than we do. The reason is that we charge a premium is that we are a small agency, we are 5 people, and we have only 15 clients. This is because we care about you, and we want to have that personal relationship. We want to be there for you, and we want to be a win-win deal. We want to grow with you. Okay, if you are ready, you need to go right now to trustthebeer.co/yes, trustthebeer.co/yes. If you are seeing it inside a website, click the button below. You will be taken to a survey so we can know a few more details about who you are, and then after you fill in the survey, you will be able to go ahead and pick a time and day. Please, if it's really, really important for us, because we dedicate time to be at this call. If you are really, really serious about getting our help, please be in this call, attend. And now what? You can follow me on Instagram, dimitris.skiadas, because I share some good stuff there. And again, trustthebeer.co/yes, and let's chat. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you got amazing value. Even if you are not ready to work together, I hope that you got some really, really good value and want to start scaling. Dimitris Skiadas, I'll talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.